Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Real Legend of Gaming. Really excited today. We got a couple things going on the channel. First and foremost, we hit 500 subs. So thank you to everybody who's been showing support to the Real Legend of Gaming. Couldn't have done this without you guys. Second thing is, the DRL clan, DRL Nation, has actually been doing pretty well. We're up to 28 members. And recently we had a member from our community join. So one of my subscribers, Noble Phoenix, has joined the clan and immediately added value to the family. We did the triple elixir challenge and we did a friendly match. And he used a deck against me that was so insane. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but he beat me within less than a minute. So quickly, I made a counter deck to that. Because, you know, I got to try to compete that. I can't just go down like that. I got to win, right? So I created this deck here. And ironically, I'm still featuring his deck in the video. His deck was amazing, and I feel like it deserves attention, especially with the triple elixir challenge coming out tomorrow. I really think this is a deck that you guys should try to use because it's powerful and a lot of fun to use. So we'll go into the highlight where it's Noble Phoenix versus myself. Insane match. You guys will see it was crazy. And then afterwards, I'll show you a replay of me using a deck against someone else in my clan. All right, so let's check this out. All right, so I'm going with a deck that consists of a giant, freeze, Electro Wizard, Mirror, Inferno Tower, along with the Inferno Dragon, and a few other cards. I don't remember what they were, but as soon as I see them on the screen, I will remember. So he's going with a Golem, Lavahound, Executioner, Princess, Bowler, Giant Skeleton, and Clone. Crazy heavy deck, but when you're playing triple elixir, these heavy decks are monstrous. And when used correctly, look, he forced me to create a defensive deck to be able to stop his tanks from coming through. I didn't pay attention to his giant skeleton, and look how quickly I'm punished. So immediately he's leveraging the clone to be able to clone the power of the Lavahound and his pups, the Bowler to clean up whatever opposition is in the way. So you folks, feel free to use whichever decks in this video. I guess I'm doing a dual feature here because Nova's deck is solid. It will definitely catch a lot of opponents off guard. But because you're going to see a lot of tanks in this triple elixir challenge, my deck is also pretty solid too with the Inferno Dragon, Inferno Tower, Mirror combination. So you see we got the Giant pushing as well. In my deck, I'm using the Giant as the main tank with everything behind it. When you're going against a heavy deck like Nova's, use the Inferno Dragon and Inferno Tower to quickly distract the Giant Skeleton and also break down the Golems and Inferno Dragons. The Fireball is also crucial too as well, because when you use cards like the Tornado, which I see is a good combination as well, Nova's using that, you can bring in all the troops into one pile, throw down the Giant Skeleton to make them explode, clone the Giant Skeleton to drop a double bomb, or just simply use the Fireball. So at this point here, I'm doing a pretty good job of breaking down his push. He has my tower down to 120, 133, but at this point I'm surviving, and I'm gonna be able to show you guys that I'm able to take that tower down. So my deck does have some offensive punch to it as well. So you see the Golems right there at the river. We got an Inferno Tower and about 3 Inferno Dragons. We are burning up that Golem. He brings the Tornado in, quickly stops my Infernos from burning. We're going to chase that Giant Skeleton, and we're going to melt it away as well, along with whatever's thrown down. Now, the free spell I simply use to kind of keep the Giant Skeleton in one place so that that bomb is isolated away from my push. And it gives my troops a little bit more time from going into that. You can also use a Tornado to kind of do the same effect. I thought the free spell would have been very advantageous because you're going to see a lot of Inferno towers in this challenge as well. So you can use that free spell to your advantage. So right now it's tied 1 tower, 1 tower. He still has the other tower down to 133. My king tower is almost down as well. So we're playing so much defense right now, it's crazy. So we'll melt away the executioner. Look at the amount of fire I got burning on that side. It's crazy. I'm telling you, I was playing this match, I was so nervous. Oh man, it was insane. I mean, because we're going into overtime. We went well past the overtime amount as well. I mean, this was a long match. I believe it was over 5 minutes, maybe even 6. So at this point here, we got a good system with the Bermuda Triangle, 2 Inferno Towers, and Inferno Dragon. We used the Night Witch to stop that giant skeleton, and we froze it there to buy us a little bit more time so that the bats can clean up. So again, we did a good job of defending. He brings down that golem. Now we have to use that Inferno Tower again. The giant is still pushing at the top. Now he put down a clone spell. Those 2 executioners were crucial to stopping my giant. Now if you look at what cards I have left, didn't have the best counters for what he's about to drop down, which is the Lavahound and then giant skeleton executioner. I had 1 Inferno Tower there with an Electro Whiz, but once he cloned, I didn't really have anything else. At this point, I'm trying to survive with the free spell. I could not stop it. So as you see, his deck was incredible. I think I did more focus on my deck in this video replay here because I wanted to explain to you guys the idea behind creating it, just to show how incredible his deck was and how insane I had to create a defensive deck to counter it. So now I'm going to use Nova's deck in this video, and we'll do more commentary explaining the thought strategy behind this deck. Now, right before I recorded this video, I did ask Nova a couple questions in the clan chat, so he gave him a better insight. So I'll be able to give you some really good explanations on how he uses the deck here. So the golem is the tank and the Lavahound. Essentially, you want to put the giant skeleton behind either one of the tanks. I was trying to do things a little differently here. This is obviously before I spoke to him. So I used the princess to kind of clean things up from a distance. The tornado spell to move away whatever opposition's in the front of the giant skeleton. We'll bring in the Lavahound now that we have the giant skeleton locked in on the other one. And then bring another giant skeleton behind the tank. We'll use the tornado to move everything away from us. And that way we can clone the Lavahound and the pups. So quickly, look how strong that is. I'm telling you, against your average opponent, you're definitely going to catch him with the element of surprise, and you're going to destroy with this deck. Unless you're doing some insane defensive strategy like I did in the video earlier, I think you guys will be fine using this strategy here. So there you go again. Golem, and throw the bowler behind, right? Other side, you got the Lavahound with the giant skeleton, and the princess is going to clean up until the arrow hit it, but for the most part, the princess would have been cleaning up. So again, Lavahound's put in their work. Now we're bringing the princess again. Tower down. Now for the rest of this replay, I gotta admit, I got a little greedy with it. I was going right for that tower. I was like, I'm not even gonna defend. I'm up 2-0. Don't think like that, guys. I know as exciting as it is to be able to manhandle an opponent with so much force, you still got to play defense, especially when you got a giant skeleton and the prince going on the other lane. So come on, the DaRealLegend of Gaming, you should know better than that, buddy. But I admit it, I make mistakes. Probably make a lot of mistakes sometimes because I get so excited. But you can use this deck defensively. Look, the princess is cleaning up everything there. Her range allows you to take out those Skarmies, do some chip damage against the wizard, while the giant skeleton is tanking. So now we use the bowler there to push away everything. Princess is still stroking those arrows. So you see she's very good in this mode as well. Might be the only low Elixir card you'll see used in almost every deck, because you're either going to go heavy or you're going to use a spawner deck. And you know the princess is great in the spawner decks. So at this point here, we realized that we were goofing around too much. So now we're playing serious. We're using Executioner to clean up everything in the perimeter. We'll drop the giant skeleton so they can fight the other one. We got a Lavahound and the golem pushing up. Bowler behind the golem to push away that prince. Princess is still putting in work down there. We'll drop another Lavahound. We're going to make it very difficult for our opponent. We're going to clone everything there. So now it's just like twice the fun. We drop another princess, another giant skeleton. Now at this point, it is crazy. We're doing a lot of damage to the tower. They use a tornado. It did help somewhat, but we dropped another Lavahound and we cloned that. At this point, we got the match. We'll drop the princess just because we can do that. Giant skeleton just in case. Nonetheless, we got it. Those pups are going to finish the match off. So folks, I gave you 2 different strategies to use in the double elixir challenge. Both are amazing. And big shout out to Nova Phoenix and my clan. I do appreciate you joining up, especially you being one of my subs. Definitely appreciate the support. So folks, be sure to check out future videos. We're doing a lot of Clash Royale. I don't know if you guys noticed, but like I said in my last video, I'm definitely feeling the game again. Hype level is over 9,000. Yes, DBZ in the house. So we are doing this, all right? So if you check me out for the first time, hit that like button. The more likes, I know you guys are feeling the content. And share it with some friends and share it with anybody looking for a good triple elixir deck, all right? And again, if you never checked me out, drop the subscribe button because that's what helps me make more videos. The bigger my audience, the more fun we have, the more awesome the community is. And again, DaRealLegend is open for you guys to join. So peace out.